Coming up today, movie stars and a ranch that's been a location star for a number of films and TV shows. A North Carolina home with our designing Texans touch. Plus we head for the hills, build to suit, and then celebrate Mother's Day in our own special way. Designing Texas starts now.
Show barn.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Jocelyn White, and welcome to this edition of Designing Texas, where our motto is upscale living with a down-home heart. And by the way, happy Mother's Day. We've got a fun and informative show coming your way, and we do say a special thank you to moms at the end of the show. And we want to thank Gary Riggs for letting us use his showroom as our set today. Okay, I'm going in Trivial Pursuit for the tour time today. Throw in two real estate and luxury ranch experts, one by the name of Kim Hunter, like the actress, and the other a former Marlboro man, and also the guy who made Holly Hunter swoon in the movie Always. Put them together with a 2,200-acre ranch owned by a Texas icon by the last name of Furst, F-U-R-S-T. It's also a home and a ranch that you can own. It is tour time.
It's an amazing place, and the Furst family they've done everything that we've asked of them to get it ready to sell, and it's truly a no stone unturned, no excuses kind of a property.
Right.
This is authentic Texas. This is really a property befitting a modern day cattle baron. It's a very important property, but it feels like home.
Brad Johnson rodeoed for years, so he knows good horse country. So does Kim Hunter, an equestrian and realtor par excellence. They know the quality of this property with its home, office, equestrian center, arena, and sandy loam soil. And this land, incredible land. The realtors like to say it's like stepping back in time to 1886, but then you're only 20 minutes away from a cappuccino at Starbucks or DFW International Airport.
A lot of times people will really spit and polish what everyone sees when they come in the gate and where they spend most of their time. And when I'm consulting a buyer on a large ranch, whether it's here in New Mexico or Colorado, I'll say, look, this all looks great. Let's go to the far end of the ranch and let's look at the corner post. Let's see what it looks like back there where nobody ever goes. And so we addressed all of those issues on this ranch, so you can go anywhere you want. And it's just as good here as it is over there. So attention to detail is what we tried to do.
The house is 5 bedrooms.
Right.
I mean, it's a
Right.
big house,
Right.
but it doesn't have that too grandiose feel.
And that's what I love about it. They let the land speak, and they put something together that is very compatible with it, is very honest about it, and it's very, very deliberate. But it's not ostentatious in any way. And then you look a little bit deeper and you're like, oh, wait a minute, we've got hammered pewter sinks. We've got 5-inch, the white oak boards. Everything has been done in a very deliberate manner and with, real attention to detail.
Still approved for helicopter landings, the ranch's former helipad is now called the Dad Pad. It's a fabulous office, dad retreat, place to meet friends or watch ball games.
But I love the entry. When you walk in the entryway, that huge table, that massive elk chandelier, it's the man cave of every guy's dreams.
The workmanship in the Dad Pad is as intricately detailed and unique as the main house. Now this is a really big property, but you don't have to buy it all. So Brad, how is this broken up? Because this is like you said, over 2,000 acres. What if you don't want that much?
This is configured in 55 acres at 12 million, which takes in the house and essentially what we call the headquarters. What we're featuring is a 127 acre configuration, which takes in the indoor arena, the show barns, what you see here. But the buyer also has the option of going to 200 acres, which takes in a couple more residences, or 300 acres, which moves us farther to the south. So, you know, let's say in a scenario of a corporate retreat, that configuration would really work well because you've got accommodations for employees and for people from out of town. And not all properties are able to switch sizes and offer more or less acreage, so really attractive.
If you had to kind of sum up the appeal of the Furst Ranch, how would you do it?
Yeah, the appeal is a ranch of this caliber and this quality, this close to town. When it's gone, it's gone. There's not another one like this one. It's just, it's one of a kind.
Beautiful property. And now we shift gears from the ranch country of Argyle, Texas, to the rolling hills and beautiful forests of Raleigh, North Carolina. This is where Gary Riggs has been working on a home that actually has been part of his career ever since the first blueprint was produced for this place. He may have worked his magic on the Tar Heel state, but it all took our Designing Texans touch.
Really excited to be here in North Carolina today to be able to share with you the home that's been in the making now for over a year and a half. It's come together beautifully. You're going to be able to see how all of the fabrics and everything that we showed you originally all came together as it became a part of this beautiful home. You're going to see how we kind of use elements throughout the house that help tie it together. Particularly want you to pay attention to all the beautiful artwork in the house. We've got some incredible paintings by artists from all over the world that have really come together to make this a great space. Okay, so here we are in the master bedroom, which is one of my favorite rooms in the house because I just love the clear blue color that was used, that we've got in some of the accents in here. So it's basically all tonal white on white on white, then with just the strong blue accents. You see that a lot of the fabrics that we were showing in early on all came together beautifully in pillows as it really gives an impact as you look around the room. One of my favorite things is the drapery in here, which the fabric was just an incredible blue pattern on the ivory linen. Here's a painting by a Texas artist that we did that I think is just magnificent and really makes kind of the statement of the whole room. From here, we're going to go ahead and go into some of the guest bedrooms and see them, and then we'll kind of go to the living areas of the house. Here at the top of the stairs is the first bedroom that we're going to visit. This one here turned out really nice, and this is the one room in the house that's got the queen bed, and so it's a really nice place for guests to come. We've got the chocolate browns, black, and then of course the ivory that we've kind of carried through. It came together really nicely, especially if you pay attention to the beautiful artwork, to the drapes. They turned out beautiful in this same coloration with very textural kind of fabric. It turned out really cool. This guest bedroom is a little bit unique to the others in the house because the coloration came from a Cuba cloth that has been framed and hung over the credenza. So we've got the burnt orange, the very deep chocolate, and some black along with the gold, so it came together with almost kind of an ethnic or exotic kind of feeling. Right now we're going to kind of look around in the living areas of the house where you're going to see these lavender colors, real smoky looking, along with the soft blues, and then again into the ivory colors. The coloration turned out so beautiful and peaceful that we were really pleased in the end when it all came. In the dining room, you're going to see that there's a real deep, smoky plum color, which really set off nicely with the plaid that's in the chairs in the dining room. The artwork in the dining room is the large painting that's from one of the Florida artists that we really enjoy doing work with. So you're going to kind of see, and then as it branches out into the kitchen, the little sitting area, and even into the hall bathroom, all of this coloration kind of pulls into all of that, and it really came together nicely. I'm really excited that we were able to come here to North Carolina and show you this beautiful home. We hope you've enjoyed it. We appreciate that you joined us today. This is Gary Riggs with Gary Riggs Home.
That is really a gorgeous home. Everything you did in there and the colors you used. What was the hardest part of doing that space?
I think probably the biggest challenge was just that it was in Raleigh, North Carolina. And so the distance, you know, makes that, but it came together well, and we had a year and a half, or not, well, maybe not quite a year and a half, but to prepare for it and had it all planned out and everything, you know. So it was actually very positive install and experience. We just had a great time.
Okay, what's coming up next month? Because I think it's something kind of special.
Yeah, while we were out there, we went head up to High Point, which the market was just about ready to start, and Century Furniture let us do one of the shows in their brand new showroom.
Oh,
that
wow.
they built. And so there's a lot of fun things to see there, and we focused on a couple of things in that showroom that made it a lot of fun.
We'll see you in June then. Thanks a lot. Thanks for letting us use your space today for our set.
Oh, you bet.
Still ahead on Designing Texas, spring has sprung at the hills of Kingswood. Ron Davis is building to suit, and yes, it's almost time to build it with Bruce. We'll be right back.
As you can tell, there is no lack of construction work going on at Dallas-Fort Worth.
The term facial rejuvenation, I think, refers to a whole spectrum of procedures and services and options that we can present to our patients when they want to refresh their face, refresh their appearance.
Well, and that's what I like about us, is that we're a team. And so if there's something that I feel like I can't fix, that, you know, he's going to be better, you know, at doing the surgery, and I'll be like, you know, I'll come do that with him. You know, you can have a facelift and you're going to look better. I'm not going to do filler on someone who has, you know, jowling down here and they're like, can you put filler here? No.
Hey everybody, I'm Jocelyn White along with my partner John Zuzelka, and we're at home in the hills of Kingswood. And John, we do have a lovely special guest with us today.
Yes, we do, Jocelyn, and I'm so happy to be with this special guest because Era Springs Foster has been, I've known her since she was a little girl, although she barely remembers me because I was partners with her dad, Ron Springs. And Ron and I were great friends for many years, and your dad was such a wonderful guy.
Thank you.
I am so happy that you're doing this in his honor because he was a man worthy of much honor.
Thank you.
And this is a special event, and I want Era to tell us about it. So what is the event called and what's it about?
The event is called Brotherhood for Good. It's taking place on May 17th in Frisco, just a few minutes down from the Star. It's at Verona Villa, and we are raising funds for the Ron Springs Gift for Life Foundation, which promotes kidney disease awareness and organ donation. Because as many people know, years ago, my dad's former teammate, Everson Walls, gave my dad his kidney. So the event is going to raise money for Camp Renal, which is our foundation beneficiary. Kids can go there in the summer that have chronic illness and need on-site kidney dialysis. And then we also partner with Terry Glenn's foundation.
Which is very interesting, so explain how that came about.
So basically what happened is we have a large Ohio State Alumni Association here in Dallas, and of course we are all Buckeyes. And when Terry passed away, he had started a foundation to raise money for kids that were aging out of the foster care system.
Right.
So we're excited to partner with their foundation and raise money for the kids.
What is the event?
We are actually going to have a private VIP cocktail hour for our sponsors, like Hills of Kingswood, which we're excited about. We also are having cigar rolling, and we'll have a social hour out on the patio with some music and dancing. So it's going to be really fun, just an exciting night in Frisco.
So how can people get tickets if they're still available? What's the process?
They are still available. You can visit ronspringsgiftforlife.org. And when you get there, you just click the donate tab, and we've listed all the players. Like I said, there's a lot of them, and I don't want to forget anybody. We listed all the players that are attending. You'll have all the event details. You can purchase your tickets, and then you check in when you come, and you get ready to enjoy the night.
We are so excited to be sponsoring that. Thank you so much for coming by, Era. John, I understand you've got some things on tap for the Hills of Kingswood this month, and I think it has to do with financing.
Yes, we are, Jocelyn, and we're so happy to have First United Bank, which has been associated with us for many years. They've been a wonderful lender to us, and now they're providing these wonderful services to the customers that come out to the Hills of Kingswood and build or buy these wonderful homes that they give just tremendous service. And John Olson is the man to talk to, and John Olson will definitely help you.
So I've been a mortgage loan consultant for the last 17 years. More specifically, one of my niches is construction lending. We offer construction loans for as little as $150,000 all the way up to $2 million. So whenever I do a construction loan for a customer, it provides a set of checks and balances for the customer as well as the builder to ensure that the work is being completed as the process moves forward. Throughout the process, at the very beginning, for instance, after the foundation is poured, the inspector will come out to ensure that that work was completed. They'll report those findings back to the bank in order for us to be able to fund the next draw. From my experience in working with the folks here at the Hills of Kingswood, it's a very cohesive group, and so that is important not only for the home builder, but it creates a better overall experience for the buyers here. First United Bank has really enjoyed their experience in working with the Hills of Kingswood, and we look at the future as a bright opportunity to continue to work with them.
Wow, what a compliment to the Hills of Kingswood.
Oh, it really is, Jocelyn. Thank you so much. And I want to remind people to please call Sharon Webb at the Hills of Kingswood. Sharon is definitely going to show you lots and the ability to build your own home and introduce you to architects and introduce you to builders and introduce you to builders who already have homes either underway or already built. So please call Sharon Webb at the Hills of Kingswood.
What can we expect from the Hills to focus on next month?
Well, next month, Jocelyn, is exciting because we have Ventura Custom Homes.
Oh, I've heard about this one.
It's a remarkable house that they're building. It's a totally incredible home in terms of size. It's probably going to be one of the biggest houses in Frisco, Texas, and the foundation has just been approved. It's remarkable.
John, I want to thank you and remind everybody we're at home here in the Hills of Kingswood, and we want you to be too.
Restless leg syndrome runs in families. Help end restless leg syndrome for future generations by becoming a member of the RLS Foundation. More strength, more knowledge, more hope for a cure. Visit rls.org.
Welcome back to 60 Seconds with Bruce. We're at Kai, a current project that I'm doing in Legacy West. And I want to talk a little bit more about Geotech Soil Report. Whether you're building a restaurant, high-rise, a home, if you have expansive soils, the most important thing you could look at in a geotech report is the PVR. PVR stands for potential vertical rise. And what that is, it's a calculation of percentage of how much that soil swells when it obtains water. The key note to the structural engineer is to maintain that potential vertical rise and allow his foundation design to never make contact with the soil. Very important. If you ever get the opportunity to review a geotech report, just remember PVR, one of the most important things in that report. This is 60 Seconds with Bruce.
Designing Texas continues, and we turn our attention to Ron Davis as he explores how to find the perfect person to design your dream home. Jennifer Terrell reports in Build to Suit.
Welcome to this episode of Built to Suit on Designing Texas. I'm your host, Jennifer Terrell. Thank you to Capital Distributing in Dallas for allowing us to use your showroom today to film in this newly remodeled Sub-Zero Wolf living kitchen. Today we're going to be talking about choosing the right residential designer to build your dream home with you. And here's Ron Davis with his client Stephen Laurie as they meet with Scott Prentice of Covert and Associates to go through the design process.
Hi, Ron. Good to see you again.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Always good to see you. Welcome. Good to see you. This is Scott Prentice.
Hi, Scott. Laurie.
Good to meet you, Laurie.
Steve. Hey, Steve. Nice to meet you.
You know, the meeting with Steve and Laurie was a lot of fun. They had different ideas, and the key thing about it, I'm there with them, and Scott, the owner of Covert and Associates, listens.
What we do here is we start talking about how you guys live, what you want to be built in your house, and we just start sketching.
We're choosing Covert for several reasons, but the main thing is the creativity. And they listen to you, they listen to the client.
When we design a home for Ron Davis Custom Homes, we start with their lot.
What do you want? And you walk in with a blank sheet of paper with Covert and you start creating.
We just start sketching with them and just showing them all the options throughout the entire process and let the people guide the way that the house is designed. So at the end of the day, we have a house plan that has been designed that the client knows exactly why everything is in the location that it's at. So with this type of kitchen, it really lends itself to the real open concept. I think one of our best qualities here at Covert & Associates is that we listen. We listen to the client, their wants, their needs for the project, and we do our best to give them the house that they want.
No, and it had a lot of what we had expressed we wanted in a home, but when we came back the second time, he'd had several revisions. You could see where he had taken the floor plan, massaged it so that it would have the flow that we wanted in an open floor design.
It was amazing for me to see Scott design the house just by asking us a few questions. After our initial meeting, we walked out of here with a beautiful hand-drawn design, I felt.
It was a joy to go through that process. It really was fun. We enjoyed it.
And they had needs they want us to meet, requests. They wanted a special foundation. We delivered that. They wanted to upgrade the roof. They wanted this home to be for them and really for them. Their kids are grown. They got the 2 dogs. We made the stairs a little deeper for them. The wine room was more open. They did not want a formal dining room. They want this to be open up to the backyard so they can enjoy their pool, enjoy their dogs. And plus, Steve had to have a great oversized garage for his trucks and his toys and a place to work out. But I really think it's more for his toys. But that's what he wanted, and that's what we delivered for him. We maximized the home on the lot.
All right, you guys have a good weekend.
Most people only build a dream home once in a lifetime, so when you get the chance to work with a residential designer, enjoy the process. Thank you to Capital Distributing for having us here today, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode of Build to Suit.
And now we move from Build to Suit to Build It with Bruce. Let's see what Bruce Russo has in store.
Welcome to this episode of Build It with Bruce. Today we are at West 7th Food Hall, Fort Worth, Texas, the place to be in downtown Fort Worth. Pristine shelf space. It's been unoccupied since the day it was built. We are here to take 15,000 square feet of this bottom floor. We have 5 restaurants, 11 vendors. As you can tell, there is no lack of construction work going on in Dallas-Fort Worth. You hear the noise, the drills, the saws, the annoying sound of construction. That's a sign of progress. Come on inside and I'll show you what's going on. I apologize for the background noise. We typically have the crew stop while we shoot, but we're on a compacted schedule here and we cannot let anybody take a break. This is a very hard project. It's a shell space, but we're putting 5 restaurants and 11 vendors in here, so there's a huge amount of underground sewer work that needs to be done first. And it makes it very difficult because it's hard to gain any kind of days on your schedule. Once the concrete gets poured back, then we can multitask with electrical, plumbing top out, framing, everything that needs to follow once the slab goes back in. Let's step back outside so you can hear what I'm saying. We're gonna call this one a wrap here at the West 7th Food Hall today. I gotta tell you, I know it's just a gray background right now, but we have some rock star tenants that are gonna be here with us. Every space will be unique and have its own identity. It's gonna be the coolest place to be in Fort Worth. Follow us on Facebook. It'll keep you up to date on what's going on here. See you next time on Build It with Bruce.
Thanks, Bruce. Well, that's about it for our show, except for this. Did you know? Did you know that Mother's Day was started by a woman named Anna Marie Jarvis back in 1904? She wanted to honor her mother, who had dealt with wounded soldiers during the Civil War. Well, her friends got together. They all wanted to honor their moms, too. They put together petitions, and in 1914, Woodrow Wilson signed it into law that there would be a Mother's Day on the second Sunday of every May. And that's the story of Mother's Day. In the meantime, I want to thank my mom, Joyce White, and my partner, Buddy Coronado's mom, Roberta Coronado, for being great mothers for us. And home is where moms rule, of course. We'll see you next month on June 10th.